Hi everyone, I'm Todd from Rebalance Pilates and Yoga for eFit30. I'm here today with Jen and we're working through a full body Pilates routine that's going to work your bottom, thighs and your abdominals for fantastic results. Now I will be offering 3 different levels throughout the exercises and I want you to choose the most appropriate level for your current condition. Now what we're thinking about here when we're lying down, 2 things we want to focus on is firstly our alignment and then getting our engagement of our abdominals correctly before we start. So we're going to start with our knees bent, feet on the floor, feet about 40 centimetres away from our bottom. Now make a diamond with your thumbs and your index fingers and just sit that diamond down onto your pelvis. Firstly, I want you to release all the pressure down onto your tailbone, arching your lower back. Then I want you to tuck back the other way, so the tailbone's tucking up off the mat. You'll see, like Jen's doing here, rocking backwards and forth. Now from here, I want you to bring it into the middle ground between those 2 extremes, where the thumbs and the fingers are on a neutral plane here. And that's our neutral spine and pelvis. Now what we may find throughout this session that we do today, we may actually work in a slight imprint, where we slightly tilt the pubic bone towards the navel and the lower back will just soften down into the mat. So there are 2 alignments that we're going to be cueing through today. Now when we're thinking about here lying down with no load on our backs, we're going to place ourselves in a nice neutral spine and neutral pelvis. So I want you to find that neutral spine and neutral pelvis. Now the next thing that we want to think about is engaging our lower abdominals. So we're going to take 1 finger on each hip bone and we're going to draw a line into the middle and meet the fingers, or just actually keep them about 2 centimetres apart in the middle. Now with our connection of our lower abdominals, our transverse abdominals, the muscle that works around here to draw that lower abdominal area in and protect through our lower back, we want to think about firstly lifting up our pelvic floor, soft lift up. Then secondly, we want to think about drawing those lower abdominals in, like we're trying to keep our pants loose around the waist. So just practice that, lifting up and then scooping in. That's our scoop. So when I'm referring today throughout the session as a scooping our abdominals, that's what we want to be thinking about doing. So we get not only these mid-abdominals working, but we also get these lower abdominals that stabilise through the lower back and pelvis working. Okay, we're going to get started with our pelvic tilts. This is a great way to work on spinal articulation, but also get the bottom and the backs of the thighs connecting. So we're going to take a breath in and connect our abdominals, and slowly now we're going to breathe out, tilt the pubic bone towards the navel, and then roll the lower back, mid-back, ribs high up onto our shoulders. Now watching here that the ribs aren't popping, we hold it, we take a breath in, so we've got a straight line, knees, hips, shoulders, and then we breathe out and roll back down through the spine. Upper back rolls down, mid-back, keeping these thighs parallel, ribs, lower, and then we lengthen through the tailbone. And we're going to do 2 more of those. Take a breath in and breathe out, tilt again. Now really focus on engaging the abdominals to move the pelvis. Bring it to the top, keep the ribs in again, hold it there, take a breath in, and slowly breathe out. Really focus on that articulation of the spine, upper back, mid-back, ribs, lower back, and lengthen through the tailbone. Now we're going to hold this one up at the top. Take a breath in and breathe out, tilt again, rolling away, and bring it to the top. Now from here, we're just going to start to come back down, upper back and mid-back, just like Jen's done here. Just hold it there. Now we're going to start to engage the bottom and the backs of the thighs. So we're keeping our thighs parallel. If you've got a block or something, you can place that between your knees. And then from here, breathe in, release the tailbone down and squeeze back up. Release and squeeze. So it's great to put a pillow or a cushion between the knees or a tennis ball to engage the inside thighs. And we inhale to release, exhale to squeeze. Now can you feel the backs of the thighs connecting? That's great. Now that's where you want to work from, the bottom and the backs of the thighs. We'll do 8 more like that. Release and squeeze up, 7, release and squeeze for 6, perfect. Release and squeeze back up for 5. Engage the bottom and the thighs, squeeze for 4, inhale, release and exhale. Use the breath, release and exhale, squeeze back up. And now hold it there. We're going to hold it there. Now, I want you to imagine here that you've got a $100 note between your knees. So really squeeze the knees in, engage the inside thighs, engage your bottom. Hold it there for 8, 7, 6, squeeze a little firmer for 5, 4, keep those ribs in, 3, 2, 1, and now slowly release the knees and control and roll back down. Upper back, mid-back, ribs, lower, rolling and lengthening out through your tailbone. All right, great, that's our bottom squeezes into the back of the pelvic tilts. Now from here, we're going to work into our lower abdominals a little bit more and working on the stability through the lower back and pelvis. These ones here we're going to work with firstly our toe taps And then secondly, we're going to go into our modified version of our single leg stretch. So Jen's here, we find that little imprint that we spoke about earlier. Then from here, we think about lifting our pelvic floor up and drawing our lower abdominals in. So that's the scoop. Breathing in, float the left leg up to tabletop. Hold it there. So the tabletop is a 90-degree angle at the knee and another 90-degree angle at the hip. So the knee is right above the hip. Holding there with no movement through the lower back or pelvis. Or if you want to work with the level 1 option, stay with this. Then breathe in and float the right leg up as well. So you've got both legs now holding at the tabletop. Focusing on our breath, our lateral thoracic breath. So we breathe in through the nose and expand out through the ribs to the side. And exhale, drop the jaw and sigh and close around the lungs. Now on the next breath, we're going to extend our left leg. So we breathe out and press the left leg up and out, engaging the lower abdominals, no movement through the pelvis, and inhale, float that left leg back. And breathe out, right leg now, push it out, keeping that left knee right above the hip, and then inhale, float that right leg back. Good, breathing out, press the left leg up and out again, hold it there, and inhale, float that left leg back. Right leg presses out. Now if you want to work with another level, you can start to bring that leg down as you straighten it, lower it down, and then breathing in. Draw it back to the tabletop. Last one on the left, we're going to extend the left leg out, keeping the ribs down and really scooping those lower abdominals and hold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale. Slow, float that left leg back. Last one now. Exhale, extend the right leg out. Keep your abdominals connected. Hold it strong. Hold it there for 5. Good, now lower it a tiny little bit. 4, that's good. See, Jen can hold that alignment, focus on it. And 2, 1, and slowly draw that right leg back. Excellent, so that's our modified single leg stretch. Now we're going to work into our toe taps. So for the toe tap, the tap is coming from the hip. The knee angle is staying the same. We breathe out and tap our left leg down to the floor. And inhale, slowly from our abdominals, pull back. Breathe out, right leg taps down. Now you might find the modified version of this for our level 1 is just holding the one leg there and tapping just the one leg down. Otherwise, if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, we can breathe out, tap the left leg down or tap both legs down and slowly draw both legs back. But only if we don't start to feel any releasing through the lower back. We'll do 2 more like that and down. Keep your abdominals engaged and draw the legs back to the tabletop. Nice work. Last one, breathing out, tapping down. Keep that control, good, and inhale. Slowly draw the legs back to tabletop. All right, nice work. Now we're going to take it into our modified version of our preparation for our 100. So we're going to float our left foot back down to the floor and then the right foot back down to the floor and hold it there. We're going to engage our inside thighs and squeeze the knees together now. And we're going to breathe in and float our arms up to the ceiling, holding our arms up at the ceiling. Now from here, we want to focus again on the lower abdominals connecting, but this is one of the most critical movements that we can focus on in Pilates. It's our fold of our ribs to our hips. So for this one, we lead with our chest, we take a breath in, draw the lower abdominals in, squeeze the knees together, and breathe out, fold, ribs to hips. Keep those lower abdominals scooping, eyes to the knees with the chest open. Hold that there, we've got 2 to go. Breathing in, floating the shoulders back down, and exhale, fold, ribs to hips. That's great. Scoop those lower abdominals, hold that scoop, inhale, slowly float back down. The last one now, exhale, fold, ribs to hips. That's good. Slide the ribs to hips, hold it there. Now from here, slide the hands in behind the head. Cradle the head with the hands, keep the neck long, and now little pulses. 8 pulses, squeeze ribs to hips. 8, squeeze up. 7, keep those knees squeezed together. 6, finish it off, draw the lower abdominals in, you can do it. 4 to go. 4, squeeze up. 3, squeeze up. 2, up 1, and hold it there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the ribs to hips. Hold there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly float the shoulders back and down. Great work. Okay, we're going to move now into the next movement, which is going to be extending the legs from there. So what we're going to do here, we want to squeeze our thighs together. We're going to start with our arms floating up to the ceiling again. Exactly the same movement that we just did. The only difference now, we've got 3 different levels to move our legs to. We're going to breathe out and fold, ribs to hips, and extend. Just the legs, just to tabletop position first. Hold that there. And then breathe in. Float the shoulders down and take the feet to the floor, maintaining this alignment here. Now breathe out, fold, ribs to hips again. This time we're going to extend the legs. Level 2 option, squeezing the thighs together. Holding that there. Now breathing in, float the shoulders back down, taking the feet to the floor and engaging those lower abdominals. The last level we've got is breathing out, folding, ribs to hips, lowering the legs down a little bit. So really focusing on that scoop of the lower abdominals. Now we've done those preps, we're going to hold that there. We're going to focus on our breath now again into the upper back and armpits. We're going to hold it for our count of 100 or whatever you can do. We breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20. Now squeeze these thighs. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30. Lower the legs down a little bit more. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 40. Now if you want to challenge your control, just start to pulse the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5. 50. We're halfway there. Squeeze the thighs. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 60. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the heels and lower the legs. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 70. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 80. Nice work. Keep those arms moving. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 90. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 100. And float the shoulders down. Now just bring your hands onto your knees, bring your knees in over your belly button a little bit, and just circle the knees around. Have a nice little release through the hips, through the hip flexors and the lower back. That's great work. That's our 100. Now from here, we're going to slide our hands back in behind our head, and we're going to cradle our head with our hands again. And we're going to do our crisscross exercise. Great exercise for engaging through the sides of the waist and working on that mobility through our spine. Now we're going to float our right leg back up to our tabletop position that we learned earlier, hold it there, and then float the left leg up to the same position. A few different levels we can work with this one as well. We're going to breathe out and fold the ribs to hips to start, hold there. We're going to extend our right leg and rotate our right armpit to our left knee. And now slowly breathe in, come to the center, bring the leg back to tabletop, and then rotate back the other way. Rotate armpit to the knee, keep the elbows wide. Breathing in, center and stop, and breathe out, rotate. Good. Inhale, center and stop. You can see here, we're crossing the rib across to the hip, keeping the hips anchored down. Center and stop, exhale, armpit, look across the room. Inhale, center and stop. Now hold that there. What we're going to do now is make it a little bit more free-flowing, work a little bit of mobility, and work these muscles, the obliques, down through the sides of the waist. We're going to extend our right leg and rotate our right armpit to the left knee. And now breathe in as you switch and breathe out as you rotate. That's beautiful. Keep that going. 20, 19, 18. Remember to breathe in as you switch, out as you rotate. 15, 14. Squeeze through the waist. 10 to go. 9, 8. Get a little bit more contraction. 5. Press those legs. Challenge the lower abdominals. 3, 2, 1, and slowly float the shoulders back down and take the feet down onto the floor. Excellent work. How are you feeling? Good? Very good. There's great workout for the entire core. Really great exercise to work through the sides of the waist. All right, now we're going to take a lie down onto our sides now. We're going to start to focus in to the muscles again through the sides of the waist with our double leg lifts. Now for these ones here, we're really engaging the obliques and the muscles down into the lower back. The way that we're going to start, we start with our legs out directly below the body. We check that our hips are sitting one on top of each other by taking our top hand, placing it onto our hip, and a little bit of pressure with the hand on the hip down towards the feet. You'll see your feet will line up. You may also feel a little gap between the floor and the side of the waist. Now from here, bring the top hand down in front for a little bit of support. Now we want to keep these hips stacked like we're up against a brick wall here. We're not rolling back, we're not rolling forward, we're holding it right there. Now we're going to bring the legs just slightly forward so you can see your toes. And we're lifting and holding it there, squeezing those thighs together. We hold for 8, 7, 6, squeeze the waist. 5, keep that breath cycling over. 3, 2, 1, and very slowly control down. That's level 1 of that one. Now moving to level 2. Breathe out, lift both legs up. You can stay at level 1 if you like. Breathe in now. The top leg comes up only about 10 centimeters. Hold there. Now we're going to engage our inner thighs of that bottom leg and squeeze bottom leg up to the top leg. Hold it there, squeeze, and control and float both legs back down onto the mat. Then we go again, breathe out, both legs lift together. Sides of the waist do the work there. We use a little bit of our bottom now. Breathe in, top leg comes up just to 10 centimeters. Then the inner thighs engage and squeeze, bottom to top. Hold that there. Control and float both legs back down to the mat. Just the 2 to go. Breathe out, lifting both legs up. Breathe in, top leg, just the 10 centimeters. Don't come higher. Hold it there. Now squeeze, bottom to top. Hold it there. Engage the inside thighs to squeeze it there. And slowly control both legs down. We've just got the one last one at this level. Breathe out, float both legs up. Hold that there. Now you can feel the waist really connecting. Breathe in, top leg floats up. Good, and breathe out. Last one, squeeze those bottom thighs, squeeze the legs together and hold it there. You'll feel the inside thighs working as well. Hold it there for 5, 4, squeeze it up for 3, 2, 1, and control down. Nice work. Now, we're going to put them together and we're going to keep the thighs squeezed together and lower and lift both legs. Breathe out and lift both legs. Hold there. Now from here, slowly breathing in, control both legs down. Lower them and exhale, squeeze up, squeeze. Good, we're going to do 8 of these. Lower and squeeze back up. 7. Remember, we're engaging the sides of the waist. Lowering, good, and exhale, squeeze those legs up. 6. Lower and breathing out, squeeze it back up, inside thighs, keep the thighs squeezed, lowering down, no rocking back. Exhale. 5. Float back down. Use the breath to get that energy. Exhale. 4. Control and float back down. Breathing out, lift it up for 3. Slowly, you can do this. Finish it off. Exhale all the way up for 2. Control it down. We're going to hold it for 4 at the top. Lift it up for 1 and hold for 5. I said 4, but we'll do 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and control and float both legs back down. Nice work. Give the sides of the waist a little bit of a release there. You can feel that one? I bet you can. Now from here, we're going to take a little bit of a movement from the midsection down to the bottom and thigh. We're going to start with our clam exercise here. Now for this one here, we're going to bend the knees up so the feet start right underneath the tailbone. Feet are stacked, or hips are stacked as well. Feet are stacked. Now we want to imagine here that we're up against a brick wall again. So we've got our backs up against that brick wall, we're not rolling back. And from here the movement is like we're using a piece of string on the knee. We just breathe out, open that knee up, and then slowly close the knee back down. Now you'll start to engage these muscles down through the bottom. So the ones that we're really focusing on here are these muscles like underneath your hip pocket, if you had a hip pocket. Breathe out, open, and slowly control closed. We're always focusing on keeping these abdominals engaged to maintain that alignment. So keep that alignment there, keep your abdominals engaged. Exhale, open. Now if you like, when you're at home, if you're not feeling these muscles working, bring this hand down, place your fingers down into your bottom. Feel that, open, and slowly close. Now we've got 5 more of these to go. Exhale, open it for 5, and control, close the knee back down. Beautiful. Keep the knee just slightly hovering off the bottom knee, then slowly float it back down. We've just got 3 to go. Exhale, open for 3. Close that knee back down. Breathing out, open for 2. And control, close the knee down. Now we're going to change the tempo here. Open the knee for 1, and we're going to hold it there. Hold it there. Now from here, still engaging the bottom, we're going to do little pulses, halfway close and open. Good. And we're going to do 16 of them. 14 to go. 13, 12, squeeze. 11, lift. 10, open. 9, open. 8, open. 7. These are going to work this bottom section here. You'll feel it working. 5 to go. 4, 3, squeeze. 2, up. 1 and hold. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly control that knee down. Now we're going to double it up. We're going to make it even more work from this bottom and thigh and really tone this section. You're going to love it. From here, we're going to extend just our top leg. So bring our top leg out in line with our bottom thigh. So lift it up, and we're going to hold it there. These are our bottom circles. We want to make sure that we keep this hip stacked. So we don't close down here and rock. We keep our hips stacked. Now from here, very slowly engaging the similar muscles, we'll roll the toes down to the floor and switch off through the hips a little bit, work down from our bottom, and we slowly circle that leg forward. We're going to circle forward. Again, maintaining our nice and steady here. You can see there's no movement. It's all working from here. Circle it forward for 8, 7. You'll see here we're keeping this steady. No movement through the pelvis. 6, 5, 4, 3. Lengthen the energy out through the heel. 2, 1. And now back the other way. Back we go. 8, 7. We should really start to feel that connection of the bottom now. 6, 5. Keep the circle small. Make sure we're circling from our bottom, not just the ankle. 3, 2, 1. Now hold it there. Hold it there. Now we're going to mix it up and just straight up and down now for 10. Lift up. 9. Lift up. 8. Work and lift. 7. Don't bounce it. 6. Up. 5. Lift it up for 4. Up for 3. Lift that leg for 2. Last one. Lift it up for 1. Now I want you to imagine here that you're holding something, a weight around that ankle, and you're just pushing that leg up, and we're going to hold it there for 10, 9. We're really focused on that bottom now. Lift it up. 8, 7, strong. 6, 5. You can do it. Finish it off for 4, 3, 2, 1, and very slowly control that leg down. Now a great way to just feel a nice little release here is to take the hand down. Just give your bottom just a little bit of a rub. You'll feel that section working. Have a bit of a release there, because what we're going to do now, we'll also stretch it out, and we're going to engage our inner thighs. So we're going to take our top foot down onto the floor, and then we're going to extend our bottom leg. So we can see that here directly below the body. We want to keep our hips sitting up here. Hold it there. If you can do that with the knee down there, that's great. Otherwise, you may need to put a little pillow underneath the knee or just hold it here. Now from here, again, we're making sure that we've got our hips stacked. We take a breath in, our upper body's switched off, our lower abdominals are working. Now we breathe out, engage the inside thighs and lift that bottom leg up, and then slowly lower the bottom leg down. Then breathe out, lift it for 7, and control and float the leg back down. Work from the inner thigh, squeeze it all the way up, keep the toes pointing forward, not to the ceiling, control it back down. We've got 5 to go. Exhale, lift it for 5, and lowering back down. Squeeze those inner thighs, lift for 4. Good, we can see a little bit of quivering. Can you feel it? Exhale, all the way up for 3. Slowly lowering back down. Isolate those inside thighs. Lift up for 2 and lowering back down. Now we lift it for 1 and hold it. Hold it lifting. Hold it there, hold there, and we're going to change the tempo. We're going to do little pulses. Up we come. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Remember your breath. 8, 7, squeeze it up. 6, lift it up. 5, up for 4, up for 3, lift for 2, 1, and now hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, lift it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and float that leg back down. Nice work. Can you feel the inside thighs working? Fantastic. Now let's roll to the other side, and let's do that all on the other side. Roll it over, so bring yourself up, give your bottom a little bit of a stretch as you go through, move to the other side. I'm going to start with our double leg lifts or our side leg lifts. Now from here, this is great. We want to make sure that the hips are stacked again. The arm is long, our neck is long. Nice long spine. Hand onto the hip. Little bit of pressure with the hand on the hip down to the feet. Feel that little gap between the floor and the side of the waist. Top hand down in front for a little bit of support. Hold here. Engage the sides of the waist. Bottom legs like the forks of a forklift. Breathe out. Lift both legs up. Squeeze it up. Hold strong and slowly lowering back down. And exhale. Lift. Only lifting as high as those legs stay squeezed together like Jen's got them. Perfect. Float them back down. Keep the engagement down through the sides of the waist. Lift up. Feel those inner thighs working as well. And float back down. 2 more like this. Exhale. Up. Squeeze it up. Hold strong. Control. Can you feel those waists working? Last one. Now breathing out. Lifting up, up, up. And hold. Hold it there. We're just going to hold that for 6 more. 5, 4. Squeeze it up. 3. That's excellent. 2. Keep the shoulders down. 1. And floating the legs back down to the floor. That's level 1. Let's work into level 2. Do we remember it? Lifting both legs, top leg comes up 10, bottom leg squeeze to top leg. Let's go. Breathe out, lift both legs up, hold it. Breathing in, top leg floats up to 10. Breathe out now, squeeze bottom to top. Hold it, squeeze it there, and slowly float both legs back down to the mat. Have we got it? We've got 3 to go. Exhale, lifting both legs up. Breathe in, the top leg comes up to 10 centimeters. Perfect. Exhale, squeeze the bottom to the top. And control, float back down. 2 to go. Exhale, lifting up. Hold it there. Breathe in, top leg floats up to 10. Hold there. Now breathe out, inside thighs engage and squeeze. Hold it squeezed. Now control, float both legs down. Last one at this level, how are we doing? Breathe out, lift it up. Hold it there. Breathe in, top leg comes up. Hold it, and breathe out, squeeze, bottom to top, hold it squeezed. That's good. Now we feel this engagement again. We feel the inner thighs again. Hold it there for 8, 7, you've got this, 6, lift it up, 5, 4, squeeze it for 3, 2, hold it, 1, and float both legs back down. Nice work. Last level, level 3 of this one. If you're back at level 1, that's fine. Just keep working your own level. Breathe out, lift both legs straight up. No hips rolling back. Watch those hips. Hold there. And now lower and lift both legs. Lower and lift up. Squeeze. Good. 12. Lower and lift 11. Lower. Lift 10. Lower. Up. 9. Lowering and squeezing. Good. Finish off those weights. Up. Squeeze here. Sides of the waist. The love handles. That's what we're working. Squeeze it up. 5 more. Lift up for 4. Exhale. Up for 3. Cinch that waist in for 2. Last one. Hold it there. 10, 9. 8, 7, finish it off, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and floating down. Beautiful work. Now we're back down to the lower body. Back down to the lower body here for our clam. So knees bent this time, thighs out from the body at the 45-degree angle. Feet underneath the bottom, hold it there. Hips stay stacked, exactly the same alignment. Draw the lower abdominals in. Breathe out, open the knee to the ceiling, and inhale, float the knee. Close it back down. It's like a puppeteer. Exhale, open the knee with that piece of string. Inhale, floating back down. Excellent. We're going to do 10 more. Open for 10. Control it down. We want to make sure we do equal on both sides. We don't want one bottom working more than the other. And control and float down. Exhale, open and control. Float it back down. Exhale, open. That's good. How are we doing? Control, feel that working? Breathing out, opening the knee. Good. Keep your abdominals strong. Close back down. Exhale, open. Good. We're going to finish it off with 3 at this nice moderate tempo. Exhale, open for 2. That's good. Control. Remember, we can put the finger, place the finger down into the bottom. Last one, open for 1. Now, halfway close and little pulses. Open and close. Tempo changes. You'll start to feel that engagement of the bottom. Feel it working as we open for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, lift for 5, knee open for 4, open for 3, open for 2, open for 1, and hold it there, finish it off, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close that knee down. Beautiful work. Now holding that there. We're going to work down into our bottom circles now. So bring it out again from the top leg, coming out from the body at the 45-degree angle. Hold it there. Energy out through the heel. We hold there. Now roll the toes and the knee down. So we disengage through the hips here and we engage through the bottom. Now from there, slowly circle that leg forward. Good. Circling forward for 12. Circling for 11. Good. Maintain this alignment. Keep it strong. 9. Shoulders slide back and down. 7. 6, feel the bottom working. 5, energy lengthening through the heel. Keep that going. 4, good, work from the bottom. 3, 2, 1, and now hold it there. Back we go. Back to go the other way for 12. Remember, the circle is coming from the bottom, not from the ankle, not from the hip. Switch that hip off. Work from your bottom. 8, 7, 6, keep the legs straight. 5, 4, good, keep the hips steady. Draw those lower abdominals in for 3, 2, 1, hold it there, and now we're changing it up again. Remember the lift and lowers. Imagine you've just got that weight on your ankle, lift it up. 8 more, up, 7, lift, 6. Good, you'll feel that bottom working now for 5, lift it for 4, up for 3, lift up for 2, last one, lift for 1, and hold it there steady now. Hold it, this is where we want to imagine that we've got this bag of sand or this weight on our ankle, and we hold it there for 5, 4, hold strong for 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring that leg down. Now again, if you like, have that little bit of a massage. Release through the bottom, through that outside aspect of your bottom. Hold it there. Good. And now we're going to get a little bit more of a stretch as we bring that top leg over, take the top foot leg down and extend the bottom leg. Now, working through our inside thighs here again with our inner thigh lifts. So really focusing on the inner thighs and zippering up the inner thighs. Great workout for the inner thighs. Our inner thigh lifts. So this top leg comes over, still maintaining this alignment through our hips, not rocking forward or back. Now the inner thighs work, we lift those legs straight up. So we lift up, engaging the inner thigh, and slowly float that leg back down. And then exhale, lift it up, and slowly control and lower back down. Now try not to, if you can, try not to let that leg touch down onto the floor. So always keep it hovering slightly. Then breathe out, lift up, good, and slowly down. Now to challenge yourself more, tie a bag of rice around your ankle or put a weight on that ankle just to make it that little bit more engagement through the inside thighs to get that little bit more toning benefit. Keep that going. We've got 4 to go. For 4, slowly down, lift it up for 3 and slowly lower. Exhale all the way up for 2, control down. Last one now, lift it up for 1. This is where we change the tempo again. We start to use those faster twitch fibers. Now let's lift up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. We've got 10 to go. 10, finish it off. 9, cycle that breath over, in and out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold it there. Hold it there, squeeze it up a little bit higher. Hold there strong for 8, 7. This is where we finish it. This is the bit that counts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly float that knee down. Nice work. Now from there, we're going to roll over and we're just going to roll down onto our knees, sit our bottom back onto our heels into a little child's pose. So it's more of a yoga pose, but it just gets a nice lengthening through the spine, out through the tailbone, out through the crown of the head, opening the chest, pressing those palms down into the mat. Now the next movement we're going to move into is our kneeling lean backs. Really great for connecting the fronts of the thighs, the backs of the thighs, and a little bit through the bottom, but most importantly, we want to make sure when we're doing the movement, we're really focusing on our abdominals and maintaining our alignment through the lower back and pelvis. So we're going to bring ourselves on up. Now Jen, come up and kneel up nice and tall. Lengthen here, starting with the knees about hip distance apart, or just inside hip distance apart. Lengthening tall up through the crown of the head, keep the ribs right over the top of the hips. Now the movement I mentioned comes from the knee, and we slowly engage our bottom. Tiny little pinch through the bottom. And we breathe in, slow float back. Good. Engage the abdominals here. Hold strong. And then exhale. Bring ourselves back up. Beautiful. One long line. Inhale, floating back. Keep your abdominals strong. You don't have to go back as far as Jen is. You can just go back a minimal range. Inhale, just to there. And exhale, control. Now take it a little bit deeper for me. Inhale, float it all the way back. Draw your abdominals in. And exhale, use the fronts of the thighs to draw yourself back up. We'll just do 2 more warm-ups. Inhale and exhale, bring it back up. Last one now, we're going to go back about halfway. And this is where we just focus on this isometric contraction and hold. We hold it there. We're going to hold it for 30 seconds. 29, you can do this. 28, keep your abdominals strong. 27. Now to work just that little bit more challengingly, if you like, you can bring your arms up to shoulder level. Lengthen those arms long, shoulders back and down. Good, draw your abdominals in. Keep your neck long, lengthening up through the crown of your head. Hold there. We've only got 15 seconds to go. 15 seconds, 14, 13, 12. Draw the abdominals in, hold strong. 10, 9, finish it off. You can do this. 8, 7, 6, finish for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring yourself up. Nice work. Now we're going to lengthen out through the fronts of the thighs and the fronts of the hips now. We're going to bring our left leg forward. Bring it forward about 40 or 50 centimetres or 60 centimetres forward. Hold that there. Now from here, we're going to lean into that left leg and just slightly tilt our pubic bone towards our navel. So we feel a nice stretch forward here as we lean it forward. Always making sure that we're keeping our abdominals engaged. So it's just a small tilt of the pubic bone towards the navel. Now when you do this, you'll feel that beautiful length out through the front of the thigh. We want to be thinking of lengthening the energy of that muscle out through the knee. That's great. Hold it there. Couple of deep breaths. Breathe in into the upper back and armpits and breathe out through the mouth. One more like that. In through your nose, upper back and armpits, and out through the mouth. Now take it back and switch those legs over. Take the other leg forward. Hold it there. Now slightly tilt the pubic bone towards the navel again. Lean forward into that, shoulders down. Now from this position here, if we do want to make it a little bit more challenging, what we can do is take our leg that's back, our back leg, take the arm of that leg up to the ceiling and press out through the heel of the palm. What that does, it starts to lengthen those muscles down through the front of the hip flexor as well. It gives our psoas a nice long lengthen. So we feel a nice stretch all the way from underneath or just through the front of the stomach, right through the front of the hip, all the way down through the front of the thigh. We'll hold it there for one more breath. And breathing out, slowly bring it back down. Nice work. Now from here, bring yourself down into all fours or into what we call quadruped. So starting with the hands under the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. We've got a couple of different options that we can work with here for our push-up option. Now for these ones here, we're going to keep our weight forward. Never want to be dropping our weight back. We want to be keeping our weight forward. Now when Joseph Pilates was teaching a push-up variation, he was very, very clear in wanting to get the triceps engaged, the engagement of the backs of the arms. Not just the chest, those big prime moving strong muscles, but the smaller muscles as well. So we want to keep our elbows in nice and tight here, keep our ribs up, and we lower ourselves straight down with the elbows coming back to the thighs, and then breathe out, we press ourselves straight back up. You'll see there, Jen's getting a really great engagement through those triceps. Down and exhale. It's not the head dropping down, we're lowering down as one piece. And then exhale, pushing back up. We're going to do 4 more like that. Down, we just do 8 repetitions, that's all we need to do. They're really precise movement, slow and controlled. We'll get the best result. Press it back up. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, lower. Good, keep those shoulders down away from your ears. 2 more. Inhale, down, and exhale, press it back up. Now we're going to go down and pause. Slowly down, hold it down there, hold it there for 5, keep the ribs up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and press up. Nice work. Sit your bottom back now. Have a nice long stretch out through the backs of your arms. So from here, right arm up and down, keep the ribs in, feel the length up, out through the elbow to the ceiling. Holding that there. 2 breaths in and out. 1 more in and out. And changing it over to the other side. Press down through that hand, lengthen up through the back of the arm, keep the rib cage in. Even when we're thinking about stretching, we're also thinking about our alignment. Good, 1 more breath. And slowly releasing down. Nice job. Now from here, we're going to finish with our little roll down. Now for this one, with our roll down, we're going to take a stand up. And we're going to stand up like we're up against a brick wall. And we'll just work through this with Jen. Like we're up against the wall, we're lengthening tall. If you can, keep your legs straight. If you need to bend your knees, if you've got a lot of tightness through the backs of the thighs or through your lower back, you can bend the knees. Now from here, we take a breath in. We slowly breathe out, roll our chin to our chest. We release through the chest, relax the shoulders, and we start to peel our spine down away from that imaginary wall. We roll through our upper back, our mid back, our ribs, and our lower back all the way down. Now when we are down, we want to think about lengthening up through the tailbone to the ceiling. We hold that there with the legs straight. We're just going to hold it there, and you'll see Jen's touching the floor. Before the session, she may not have been touching the floor. We've got that nice length and mobility. Now bend your left leg when you're down there. Feel more of a stretch through the back of the right thigh. Relax your arms, so you should just be dangling like a rag doll. Relax your neck, and then change it over. Straighten the bent leg and bend the straight leg. Good, feel that length through the thighs. And this time straighten both legs. Hold it with both legs straight, keep your neck soft. Draw your lower abdominals in, so lift the pelvic floor up and scoop your abdominals in. Now slowly start to imprint that spine back up onto the imaginary wall. Find your flat and tight bits through your spine and try to roll through them. Lower back, mid back, ribs, shoulders, neck, head, until you bring yourself up tall. Now once we're in this position here, this is where we want to leave this session thinking about our posture and our alignment. So the things that we're thinking of here, we're thinking of our alignment through our hips and pelvis. We're making sure that we're not tucking under and not releasing back. So we're finding that middle ground, that neutral spine and neutral pelvis we discussed at the start. Then we're thinking about our rib cage. Our ribs are positioned right over the top of the hips. They're not flaring out here, they're not sinking back here. They're right over the top of the hips. Then we want to think about our chest and shoulders. We're sliding our shoulders back and down into an imaginary pocket down in the middle of our backs. So we've got a nice broad chest and broad back. Then lastly, we're thinking about our neck alignment, lengthening tall up through the crown of the head. So we're standing tall, and it's like we've got a soft peach and we're just holding it there, that soft peach between the chin and the chest. Once we've done that, we want to engage these muscles between the shoulder blades that help to stabilize the shoulder blades. So we just slowly roll the shoulders back and down and roll the palms out. Once we've done that, we bring it back to our breathing, our lateral thoracic breath. And we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more, you see those ribs expand out to the sides, in and breathing out. Give yourself a big clap. Thank you very much for being with us today. Rebalance Pilates and Yoga and eFit 30. We look forward to seeing you next time.